Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Smashbrush. For today's video, I'm really excited to be here today because we are going to be trying out all things Rare Beauty. I actually just finished coming back from Sephora and I went nuts in there. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to get this, I want to try this. I, for the most part, got almost everything in the collection. There's just a couple, there's probably like 2 or 3 things that I didn't get, but I am so excited to be showing you guys everything here today. For those of you that didn't know, Rare Beauty is by Selena Gomez. I'm not like a huge fan, but I definitely love her. As far as like what I see, I think she is such an amazing and inspirational woman, and for her to like bring out her brand is just good job, girl. I think she's just such a great role model, and she definitely shows strength within so many areas, and this is just so awesome, and I'm so excited to be showing you guys. I was definitely looking forward to this. I know like there's so many like celebrity brands and just so many brands coming out, right? But that's the beauty about like makeup and just things in the beauty world. There's always room for more. Even though we might feel like there's just so many brands out there, you'll never know what you end up falling in love with. In general, we just have to give things a chance. You never know what will become your new like holy grail. So I'm excited to dive into this and show you guys, and I hope you guys are excited too. In today's video, I'm gonna be using most of her products on half of my face. I am, however, gonna be using some of the things that I'm used to using on like a daily basis, such as like a corrector, my very own primer versus their primer, just things like that. I hope you guys are into it, and if this is a video that you guys are interested in, then just keep watching, and without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so as always, I like to start with my eyebrows. So she did come out with an eyebrow pencil, or product, should I say. It's called the Brow Harmony Crayon and Gel Sorcels. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a nice double-ended brow product. So basically on one side, it's a nice gel applicator. And then on the other side, it has this really nice triangular shape to it. So I feel like it's not as thin, but you can still be pretty precise with it. That's what I'm assuming, but we will definitely find out in just a second. And I got this in the color Cool Brown. I'm gonna go in with the pencil side first, and we're just gonna go into this. It's really pigmented, but I would say this is very creamy, so more like there's more color payoff. And then going on with the other side, I tend to like really like a nice underline type of thing and a little bit more filled out with a pencil, and then the rest I actually use more of like a gel or powder like consistency, something that's like a lot lighter. So it's actually perfect that there's 2 products in here. So with this side, I'm just gonna be brushing my hairs up. That color actually is really nice, and it's holding up my hairs nice and like firm. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more of this pencil and create my arch here. So I think when it comes to creating more of a defined brow, the pencil does seem a little bit harder to create it, but it's not like the worst thing. It's actually really nice. I feel like you won't use as much product. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this other side really quickly. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using their concealer. So I got a really light concealer because I definitely like more of that brightening effect on my under eyes. As you can see, they're really like purple and like darkish. So I try my best to like really brighten my under eyes, and so I'm gonna be using that same exact color to like really shape out my eyebrows a little bit better. So if it is a little bit light, I end up really blending that out much later on. And I know I look crazy because all I have are like super strong brows. So just don't mind that. So yeah, that gave a really nice carved out look. I actually, despite of how like bright this concealer is, I actually really like the way it looks. So now going next, they haven't came out with any like eyeshadow palettes or anything like that. So I'm gonna step away for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna be doing a very light eyeshadow, nothing that'll really take away from everything else, but just to kind of complete this look. On one side, I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty concealer as a base for eyeshadow, just to test it out to see if it's able to like hold up eyeshadow nicely. And then on the other hand, I'm gonna be using something I'm normally used to, like Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and we'll see how the eyeshadow holds up by the end of this video. Okay guys, and I am back, and this is how I did my eyeshadow. So I tried to do something very like soft bridal-y type of tone, because I really, again, don't want to take away too much from everything else. One of the things that I was really excited to try out is called their Perfect Stroke Matte Liquid Liner. I am a huge liquid eyeliner junkie. So this one is said an intense waterproof liner that delivers bold, even strokes with a calligraphy style brush. So that's interesting. So this is the way that looks. It's not like the velvety spongy, which is honestly my personal preference, but I'm definitely not opposed to trying out the brush style liquid liners. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a nice wing liner. That's just my look. I think it'll forever be my look, even when I'm like super old. So yeah. I really like that. Now it did take me a couple of like strokes to like really get that perfect look. I also think that I was just holding it up for like a minute without its cap on, so it did get a little bit dried out, but once I shook it a little bit, it really helped me create this look. This is so pretty. I of course made a very exaggerated wing liner, but it's because I really like to put to the test liquid liners. So really quickly, I'm gonna be right back. I just need to put on some lashes, mascara, and then we're gonna move on to complexion. Okay, so I just finished applying my eyelashes, and honestly, I'm loving this entire look already. The liquid liner is like super dark and intense and black, and I'm loving that. I like that my eyeliner hasn't like been bleeding through the inner corner yet. So far, so good. Next thing that we're gonna be trying out is the foundation. This is something I'm like really looking forward to. So their foundation is called the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation, and this is how the bottle looks like. It is super pretty, super like, I don't know, I think it's like very simple and chic and just clean looking. I'm like loving it. It is not a glass container, but it doesn't feel too plasticky either, or like cheapish, if that makes sense. The color that I got was 210N, and I'm really like nervous about this because I got color matched at Sephora. So hopefully this will be the right shade. Hopefully it's not too light or too dark, but whatever the case may be, we're gonna make it work. Always an Optimist illuminating primer. So this is a weightless universal gel primer enriched with ultrafine pearls for a lit from within glow. So I want to try out the foundation, but with two different primers. So this eye, as far as complexion goes, I want to go ahead and use the products that I would normally use. So for example, I always use a color corrector, and I'll use my own kind of primer. So I want to see if this foundation will perform any differently from what I normally use to just only using Rare Beauty products. So on the left side of my cheek, I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty primer. I'm going to put this right over here. It feels really, it feels like it's very hydrating. It's giving me that luminous look, so I do see like, you know, the illuminating pearls that's going into it. Yeah, so that does a really pretty job of like brightening and just like kind of getting the face all set for foundation. So on this side, I'm gonna be using this Too Faced Hangover Primer. I actually really like this for like more of a hydrating effect, so I figured let me try to kind of mimic a little bit. Okay, so I also am gonna be using two different sponges. So I did purchase a Rare Beauty sponge. This one says it's a liquid touch multitasking sponge, a plush sponge with a diamond shaped tip for a precise application and customizable coverage. So I did get to wet it a little bit. We're gonna see how that you know, gets to apply the foundation. And then on this side, I already did get to use this when I was doing the whole concealer here, but this is just my Real Technique sponge. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this, and it has a really nice doe foot applicator, kind of gives me that Shape Tape vibe type of thing. Well, okay, first of all, this is very light for me. I tend to go a lot darker just because like my arms are like extremely darker compared to my face, but it's not like too far off. I feel like this would be my winter color, but it's okay. We're gonna bronze it up later and we'll be fine. So now I'm gonna be using their sponge on this side. I do wanna say that it's very comfortable, like holding it. So we're gonna use that diamond side, and then we're just gonna blend it in. I like that. It honestly feels like a pretty full coverage without the feel or heaviness of a full coverage. I totally wish I had my color because this is definitely lighter than even like my neck, as you can see. But again, you know, there's definitely ways of hiding that, and we will definitely do that. And I'm still seeing that this sponge does remove area right in my cheek area versus this area. It just looks a lot more like flawless and full coverage compared to this side. So now it's time to move on to concealer, which I love. Concealer is my favorite part because, as you can see, hello, super dark eyes, not about it, but it's okay, it is what it is. So this one is in the color 190W. It is a moisturizing, buildable concealer that melts seamlessly into skin for undetectable cake-free coverage. Looks exactly like the bottle itself. So it has also another really big doe foot applicator. Normally I like to wear a corrector, so I'm gonna be going in with my Catrice brightening corrector. And I'm just gonna apply it right in this area, and then we're gonna see how it performs without a corrector. That way you guys can like truly see what it can do and what it can't, and all of that, just comparing. And then basically I go into the same sponge and just blend this out. All right, now time to apply my concealer. And also, I am not expecting this to look exactly like this. I just wanna see how much it covers or how much it brightens without a corrector underneath. So let's go ahead and apply some here. Wow, that looks really nice. I feel like that covered a lot and it doesn't feel heavy. Like it feels light, but it has high coverage, so oh my god. Okay, so I'm interested to see how this other side will come out with the sponge. Guys, that actually gives a really nice coverage even without a corrector, which is freaking amazing. But again, I'm noticing that this is removing makeup off and it's not making me happy. So I'm gonna put this aside for like a second, and I'm gonna do, normally when I wanna do a full coverage concealer, I'll just apply a little bit more right there and then re-blend it. Except this time I wanna use Real Techniques on this side, just to see what it's able to do without a corrector and without, you know, like makeup being removed. There you go. Oh my god, and you see, look at that. That's pretty brightening on its own, which is amazing. But I definitely noticed that the sponge does play a big role with the coverage of it. So real quick, I'm just gonna like just highlight these little points here and there. This is just what I normally like to do, and I'm gonna go in with this sponge. All right, so I know I'm looking ghostly here. So I'm gonna go ahead and set both sides. I'm not gonna like do any crazy baking or anything like that. I honestly don't even like to. So I'm using my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. I love this stuff, and since they don't have a setting powder of their own, I'm gonna go ahead and set this on both sides of my face. Okay, and then I'm just gonna grab a really light powder to set everything else up. Wow, this is gorgeous. Okay, so let me go ahead and bronze me up because I know I'm looking real light right now, but I do wanna say that the coverage of this with a little bit of powder, it's so freaking nice. I'm honestly like really amazed at the coverage, at like how light it feels. I don't know guys, this could be something really good. So I'm gonna be using my Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer, and we're just gonna contour a little bit. So the next thing that I am gonna do is we're gonna apply this blush. I was really indecision whether to buy this or not because I am not a liquid blush kind of gal or liquid cheeks anything, to be honest, but you know, sometimes you just gotta try new things out and then see if they work for you. So the color that I got was the color Bliss. When I think of like liquid cheek products, I think of very like model, photo shoot, very fresh makeup type of thing. I'm hoping that I'm still able to apply this even though I did kind of like set my cheeks a little bit and all of that. The trick to, I know, liquid blush or liquid cheek products is to just start off very lightly and then just build it up. So I'm gonna apply like this much around this area, and I'm gonna lightly use my finger. Hope I didn't use too much. And then with my sponge, I'm just gonna blend that in a little bit better. I'm gonna actually apply it to my sponge better, just like that. And we are just gonna go over this. It's actually really like cute and pinky. I'm like not a liquid product type of girl, but this color is honestly really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this a little bit and just soften out this edge just a tiny bit. Okay, so now that that nightmare is over, I was going through it, guys, and that was such a silly and rookie move of me. Clearly, I'm just used to doing my makeup in a certain routine, so then when the liquid stuff came out, I was like, oh crap, I forgot. I already set everything and it's probably just gonna mess up, and that's exactly what it did. I got lucky with this side, but yeah. But to be honest, honestly, like this is really pretty. Like I am not a liquid blush person at all, or liquid much of anything at all, but so far like this gives it a very fresh kind of look, and I could totally see this as like an everyday blush product. I'm gonna go ahead and now use their liquid luminizer. This is in the color Enlighten. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same technique that I was doing, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit right here, and I like to kind of V it out a little bit. Oh yeah, this is like a super natural kind of highlight. Let's see if I can intensify this a little bit more by applying just a tiny bit more and then going over with it with a sponge. It's a little hard to go use my fingers as much right now because I have nails on. So I'm trying here, guys, I'm trying. So as you can see, like it mixed in, it gives such a pretty glow. It looks super natural. It looks like skin-like, and I'm like loving that. Okay, so up next are lips. So I only got one of the lip products, and this one is called the Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream. This is a whipped lip cream that delivers comfortable one-stroke color with a vivid velvety finish. Interesting. And then this one is in the color Courage. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips first. I'm using this color by Morphe. It's called Spiffy. And I'm gonna do a little bit of overlining. Then we're gonna apply this lip product right over it. Oh my gosh, I have not worn a color like this in a really long time. And I feel a little bit weird, but I do like it. It's like very fall and pretty and cute. It is just a very comfortable like liquid lip product. Definitely has that velvety feel. I feel like it almost has a blurring effect to the lips, which is really like nice. So the very last product that I have to try today is the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. So this right here says it is a glow boosting mist that hydrates, primes, sets, and refreshes the skin. So technically, if you wanted to, you can use this as a primer rather than what we used before. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all over. Okay guys, so now that we are completely done using almost everything from Rare Beauty, I want to go ahead and talk about everything, what was worth it, what wasn't, or what I personally like. I may not like something, but it may work perfectly for you. So always keep that in mind. Keep an open mind, especially with a new brand. We're gonna start in order. Let's start off with their primer. I actually personally really like this primer. I am definitely more of a combination skin type kind of girl. So this worked really nicely. I feel like it did a really nice job like blurring things out. And I personally like the way it applied it with the foundation. So this is a really big go for me. I like this a lot and I would definitely recommend you purchasing it if you're in the search for a nice primer. Now with the eyebrow product, I still don't know how I feel about it completely. When it comes to the pencil or just the crayon side, I feel like because the product maybe isn't like as thin, I feel like it almost skipped a little bit like between like pores of where the hairs landed. So I did have to get in there a little bit more, but I will say that I was able to achieve eyebrows pretty quickly and it has a really good pigmentation out of like both sides. I really enjoyed the gel side. I feel like the spoolie itself is a really nice size, and just the product itself, it really keeps the hair nice and up and really clean and just neat, and I really enjoy that in a brow product. Because of the shape of the crayon or the pencil itself, if you angle it a little bit, you can get that very, very precise angle and really create that arch nicely. With their liquid liner, I actually really enjoyed this. I am not a brush tip type of liquid eyeliner girl. I really like my velvet tips, and it could be because I'm already just so used to it, but I have no complaints with this. It created a really pretty and dramatic wing. It really glided on super nicely. You can be so precise with it. I would definitely recommend shaking it because after a while of using it, sometimes it can get a little bit dry. Yes, thumbs up to this liquid liner. Now with the foundation, this was one of the products that I was really looking forward to along with their concealer. The foundation is honestly a huge hit for me. I love it. This definitely gives me like a more serum type of foundation feel for me. It's not light coverage though. It's definitely more of like a medium to full coverage. It feels really lightweight, which is a big plus for me. This is almost like jumping in on like one of like top foundations for me, like something that's like easy, light, full coverage. I really just want to find my foundation color because I know I'm pretty light with this. Once I get my foundation color, I can't wait to like really see like the full effect of the foundation. I'm super picky with concealer, so I did here with a color corrector and here without, and I feel like they're pretty similar. I feel like this is very brightening too, and it's also lightweight. I feel like it didn't feel so heavy. This is a big thumbs up for me. I love it, and I was also able to use it as an eyeshadow base. Now let's talk about their sponge. Sorry, it's like extremely dirty at this point because I was just applying everything with this. I'm honestly not too big of a fan on this one. I feel like it was taking away makeup product. The shape of this sponge is really nice. It does get into like the areas really nicely as well, and it's just comfortable to like holding your hand like this. but I don't think this one's for me. However, I would definitely suggest you guys try it out for yourself. The next product that I used was their liquid blush. This is in the color Bliss. I surprisingly really like this color. I think it is so pretty. As you guys saw before, don't screw up like I did. It did come out super pretty. It's pretty easily blendable, and I think it's the shade too that I'm just like in love with. I think this is a really great blush product. So the next product that we have here is the Rare Beauty Enlighten Liquid Luminizer. I'm not too much of a fan with this one, and it's just because I feel like it didn't give me that like blinding effect. To be honest, I don't really use highlighter as much, at least not on a daily basis. But when I do, I like that very brightening effect. Like, I want highlighter to really show if I'm gonna be using highlighter. I feel like this is definitely more of like that fresh skin glow. And I know this line in general is all about like fresh makeup, being more of yourself and accepting your flaws. I totally get the aesthetic that they're going for, and this totally falls within that. It's just not my style. The next product was the Rare Beauty Lip Cream Liquid Lipstick. I forgot what it was called, but I just know it's something with velvet in it. And then this one is in the color Courage. I actually really like not only the color, but I like the consistency itself. It's very comfortable. It has just almost like a regular lipstick kind of feel, just a little bit more velvet. I just hope they come out with a nude color because I'm just all about nudes. But this is so pretty. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that I enjoyed this color a lot. And then the final thing that we used was their Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. I really don't have a personal opinion on this yet. I feel like it's just, I feel very neutral about it. I'm not like obsessed with it, but I don't hate it either. I feel like it does its job, and that's kind of it. At least that's what it is for me. But it does have a really pretty scent, and I haven't felt itchy or anything like that. I also didn't try this as a primer, so I'm curious to see how that would have looked like versus using the other primer on my face. But it's not a bad product. I'm not clear about my feelings about this yet. And this concludes everything, guys. I am so happy I got to try this out. I'm so excited to just be trying out new makeup in general. I feel like I'm just ready for like, you know, makeup newness, and the fact that this is available in Sephora is so awesome. Selena Gomez in general is such an awesome person. She is such a great role model, and I'm just so like happy with this brand. I can't wait to see like what new products come out. I was definitely on edge with like this brand just because it's like, oh great, another celebrity brand, but I'm honestly pleasantly surprised. If you guys have tried it out or you're looking to get it, let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. And that is basically it, guys. Thank you so much for being here today, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.